Hello, welcome back to the Spiders Web, and in this video we're going to be doing an unboxing, and this is a big one. More ways than one. It's Conquest, Last Argument of Kings, 2-player starter set. Well, here we are with Conquest, the Last Argument of Kings. It's from Parabellum Games, and again it's a 2-player starter set, and as you can see it's not small. There we are. There's plenty in this, so let's get cracking, shall we? Got my knife of opening, and we'll just slice into the cellophane at the side. If I can get a grip on it, we can get it sorted. There we go. Right. The fun part now is to put this down without making the microphone go bang. Which won't be easy enough with its lapel mic. I just realised it's not the phone mic. Okay. So we'll pop knife of opening away and let's have a look at what's involved. Bear with me a second while I just get my glasses. I wouldn't mind so much. I did have my reading glasses on, I hadn't realised. Oh dear, never mind. Anyway, here we go. Conquest, Last Argument of Kings. Let's get the lid off, shall we? Oof. And the first thing that meets our gaze is sprues. There are sprues. There are sprues. An instruction book, dice, cards, and sprues, and sprues, sprue, 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 2 more sprues, a sprue, surprisingly enough there's a sprue, and to finish off we have a sprue, and then we have some things in the bottom which are like bases. So first off, let's put the box to one side. Let's put the sprues to one side. We can have a look at detail at those in a moment. But here we have cards, a rule book and dice. So let me just drop the camera a little. There we are. So, the dice. We have a little 6-sided dice. Just standard dice, nothing to write home about with them. You don't need to buy special dice for this game, it's just the normal ones. You can buy faction specific style dice, but you don't have to. These will do just as enough. Mind you, you may need a few more as your enemies get bigger and bigger, but as I say, just for the sake of argument, with it being the last argument of Kings, these dice will serve the purpose. So there, that's the dice. Now let's have a look at the rule book. Now then, do we have a way of getting in without slicing? Yes, we do. I knew I'd seen one somewhere. Unfortunately, the edge of the book is looking a little bit ragged, but the edge of the book isn't what's important. You know, things like this happen. We have a lot of information in the back, all to do with the regiments. You've got different scenarios. So basically we're starting off with looking from front to back, or back to front. We have all this, which is all to do with that chapter 12, which you can see here is fighting a battle. In this section you'll find battle scenarios to add an extra level of strategy to your games. Complete the objectives to ensure victory over your opponent. And then we'll go into chapter 11, which are all the rules. Draw events. In this section you'll find a comprehensive list of the draw events used in Conquest, whether they're natural abilities bestowed by spells or they manifest in other stranger ways. So I'm not sure what draw events are, but never mind. A nice picture of one of the dwarf characters. I cannot for the life remember what all the factions are, to be honest. But in this you get the Spires and the 100 Kingdom. And this one is terrain. So this is about how to use buildings and landscapes and other various forms of terrain. You got all the stuff to do with magic. It would have been better if I started at the beginning, but never mind. And this bit shows you the characters. In this section you'll find details on characters, the powerful abilities they bestow and how they're placed in the regiment. And you've got command models. You've got, and these are all the advanced rules that we just looked at. The rest is basic stuff on the basic rules for just starting off. So this part is all to do with testing morale. A nice picture of one of the minis, or some of the minis that you get in this box. It's an Abomination and Force Clone drones, I think they're called. I might be wrong. I'll have a look later. And then chapter 5 is all about allocating wounds and removing casualties. And then here we've got combat actions, everything you can do in combat. What's here now? Movements by the look of it. Yeah, out of combat actions rather. So anything you can do out when you're not in combat, which means you're not base to base with an enemy faction. And then we've got the turn sequence. Let's go from front to back this time. Rules of engagement. So we have the core rules, which are the principles of battle, which is the first one. That's one of the spires. Oh, yeah. And I think that's it. Yeah, we've gone through the turn sequence already. So that is the instruction book. Very, very detailed for a small book. Let's see how many pages there are. 142 pages. That includes the front, and that includes these two pages. It doesn't include those two, so it's 142, 143, 144 pages. Sorry, hang on. 145 pages, sorry. Including the two maps. Oh, that's nice. Next we have cards. Now with these ones that, yes they are, so I need my knife of opening again. I just go through that. And I know everybody goes, when they see me opening cards, make that with a knife, but if you get it between the cards and you're careful, you can slice straight down without damaging any of the cards. So there's the Noble Lord, the Men-at-Arms, the Mercenary Crossbowmen and the Household Knights, and they are for the 100 Kingdoms. And then for the Spires faction, we have the Ferromancer, the Force-Grown Drones, the Brute Drones, and the Abomination. Okay, so right, now here's the, as I said, the draw event cards. At least I'm assuming that's what they are. They have the same back. But we have Shatter the Spirits. The objective is completed if an enemy regiment becomes shattered. Glory. Okay, so these must be objective cards. Okay, so these are objective cards. Now I'm wondering whether these are objective cards. Yes, they are. Okay, so you've got these objective cards for the 100 Kingdoms because they have the shield and the bottom there, which match the shield emblem at the bottom of those cards. So these are objective cards for the 100 Kingdoms. And these ones, which have the what like torn flesh or torn paper, they also have the Spires symbol there, which matches the Spires symbol here. And we have Siege Ground, Ambush, Unsullied Territory, Overwhelmed, They Serve Their Purpose, Bred for Battle, again Bred for Battle, Send a Message, Know Thy Place, and Break Their Spirit. So that is the card section for this game. Now we have a look at what else we have in the box. Now I'm going to tip these out just because I want to look at the back of the box a bit more. So let's raise this a tad. Okay, so looking at this and looking from the box contents, we get a rule book, 28 command cards, 12 dice, 75 hard plastic miniature models. For the 100 Kingdoms, we get 1 mounted noble lord with 1 cavalry stand, 24 men-at-arms with 6 infantry stands, 12 mercenary crossbow men with 3 infantry stands, 3 household knights with 3 infantry stands, and 3 objective merchant models. And for the Spires, we get a Ferromancer, 24 force-grown drones with 6 infantry stands, 3 brute drones with 3 cavalry stands, and 1 Abomination with 1 monster stand, and 3 objective merchant models. So that is what we have in here, and that gives you an idea of what minis are here. So let's have a look. I'm not going to open all of these, but these are your bases. They're just normal round bases that you've seen in other wargame, or for other wargame miniatures. They're just round plastic. The joy with these comes when we find the stands, because these stands we have loads of stuff in it, and there's a bit of sprue broken off, but these stands are quite nice. I've probably got the wrong colour for this. I'm hoping you can see this okay. Let's zoom in a touch. Okay, so we have these. Your mini goes on the stand, on the base as usual, and the base slot's in there. And you've got space here for 1, 2, 3, 4 minis. So that's the infantry stand. Their infantry stands. Their infantry stands. I'm assuming these are cavalry stands. That's infantry. That's infantry. That's infantry. That's infantry. That's infantry. That's infantry. and their infantry, and their infantry. So I'm assuming these are the cavalry stands, and the cavalry stands are slightly different because they need to be lined up, because it's fantasy battle and it's what you call it, oh dear God, rank and file troops. You've got your 3 stands and you get 1 item of cavalry on there, 1 item of cavalry on there, and 1 item of cavalry on there. The reason they've done it this way rather than put them on square bases is because there is all sort of skirmish game, and you wouldn't use these. You just use the minis on the normal bases as you would for any game of, for example, Warhammer 40k, where they move around individually as a group. Whereas with this being fantasy, it is normally rank and file troops that we have in fantasy, and as such, for the last argument of kings, it would be a case of having them on the square bases so they can be ranked up. So that is the reason for the bases and the stands. Now for the Abomination. Can we just take a moment? If they are cavalry stands, how big must this Abomination be when you get a stand and a base of this size? Again, that fits into there unless you're using it for the skirmish variant, and then it's just on there. So that is on the bases. So I'll pop them all back in. I'm not being careful about this because they're only bases. They won't break too easily. Next, this has come off one of the sprues. It looks like it could be a part of the Abomination. I don't know, but let us start looking at sprues themselves. Now, what do we have? This must be the 100 Kingdoms chappies, because they have crossbows. Looking really lovely looking models. Lots of detail in them, as I hope you can see there. There's a lot of detail in these costumes, or the outfits that they're wearing. We also have little swords and daggers extra, different heads, or different helmets. Haven't seen any heads on this yet. Oh yes, there's one. There's a head. So you seem to put the heads on and then the helmets over the top. That's interesting. Never seen that before. That's one lot. That looks to be the spires, so I'll put that away. That's the spires. We'll look at the spires a little later. Here we have one of the cavalry chaps. I think it's the Lord. One of the knights. That looks incredible. Look at the size of these. What do you call it? Oh God, lances. There's a Capeler Shield. This is remarkably wonderful looking mini. even without putting it together, you can just tell how good this is. Just by looking, let's have a look at what else we've got. I think these could be the men at arms because of the shield. There are a lot of, again, a lot of detail. I will be doing videos on putting some of these together. I won't be doing a video showing how to put all of these together because there's a lot of them and it's going to take too long. But I will, you know, get a few done, get used to putting them together, and then I'll do a video showing how I put together a man at arms, then another video for one of the knights, another video for whatever else there may be. Oh, I do like these. This game has been on my radar for a few months. I started getting messages and things on Facebook about it, and it was just everywhere I went. Even going on YouTube, there was gameplay videos for Conquest, and I thought, you know, this is a bit of an omen. It's pushing me, and eventually I succumbed to temptation and ordered it. Mainly because the 2 free expansion packs which I got with it, the Spire's Marksman and the Steel Legion, I could choose both of, or 2 of those type of packs for free if I bought the starter pack, and that offer ended early on in January, so I thought I might as well go for it because they had some Christmas money, so I actually ordered this on Christmas night. Oh, that's another Spire. Is that it for? Nope. We have the other 2 knights, and you know what they say, once a king always a king, but once a knight is enough. So yeah, here we are with the other 2 knights. So I'm assuming these are the knights, and this one is the Knight Lord. But again, looking at the detail that you get with these, look at all that on the horse. There's not much flat plastic there for painting. There's a lot of texture there for the paint to grab hold of. But it's going to be wonderful to paint these. I am looking forward to it. So that is the 100 Kingdoms. So I'll put them back in the box, and we'll make a start on these spires. And the force-grown clones, I think that's what these are. Yes, they are. Again, if you look, especially on the shield here, you'll see that there's not much in the line of flat plastic. There's a lot of detail. The largest bit of flat plastic is there. You could do that as like a, what you call it, put a little bit of a symbol on it or something, or just leave it blank. Or just do it as one solid colour, opposed to the colour that you do the rest of it. Plenty options, plenty options. And some more of the force-grown clones. Look at this. For, you know, I've had minis where the arms of the character aren't that thick. These are going to be a delight to paint, as I said. Not sure how they're going to be for putting together, but that is something we're going to have to find out as time passes. And some more of the force-grown clones. That's not easy to say. these are the main infantry for the spires, I believe. Or some of the main infantry of the spires. And another sprue of force-grown clones. Again, look at the detail. Look at that there. I think these are like mummies wrapped in bandages. That might be an option of how to paint them. Right, what's that? Not doing you yet. Not doing you yet. Oh, I found another knight of 100 Kingdoms. Well, this could be the Night Lord actually. And that must be the Spire's Ferromancer in this section here. And these are the objective markers. And possibly a conversion piece for making one of the force-grown clones into a leader. Nice. We have these brutes. Loving that, the shape of that weapon. I don't know what it is. Oh, that's even nicer. You've got one there that's just like a club. They'll smack you about the head with that and then going for a slice and dice with this one. So how many are there of these? 3, I think. But yet again, if you look, the amount of detail in these are astounding. And now onto the Abomination. And as you might be able to tell, it's like a fusion between a human, shall we say, and a beetle of some description. Looking at this part here. Definitely looks like something insectoid. Look at see if we can find his face. Ah, there he is. That's his face. So you can see like a humanoid face there with insectoid eyes at the back. And I've got just the paint for that. Not showed you those yet, but I will be doing. There we go, look at again, all the detail on the ridges and everything in this. Not much in the line of flat plastic. Right, there we are, that is it. We have lots of plastic to paint, we have cards to sort, and we have a game to learn. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. That's it for the time being. So until next time, as always, stay safe and take care, God bless, and bye for now.